What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Today's a day I have been really waiting for and I'm really excited. Of course, it has to do with the old OBS, which we're sitting in right now, and hopefully finalizing the GM tow mirror conversion that I've done on this truck. I know I've mentioned this a lot in videos, but you guys know I like things. If you're gonna be doing a modification to a vehicle, like interior wise or anything like that, or functionality wise, I like it to look somewhat factory. Obviously, you throw a 14-inch lift on air ride and yada yada yada, that don't look that factory. But as they say, the devil is in the small details. These are fully functioning tow mirrors. They've got turn signals in them. They've got the little LED lights on the front, LED lights on the back. So I want to wire all of these up to work properly. But as you can see, my Ford here does not have the factory mirror switch, because obviously I would like to be able to control them as well, because they are power mirrors. But the good news is they actually did offer a power mirror option in this generation of Ford. So I have bought all the parts to make it look as factory as possible. And really all we got to do is figure out how to make those talk to the new switch that we're going to be installing right there. Now, being that we aren't going to be doing any of this work till tonight, one of the things we've been lacking over at the shop is like adequate work lighting. I know I got my big Milwaukee tower light that never leaves my house. I should probably bring that over there, but we need more like smaller task lighting. And today is our lucky day. Guys, we've got two Milwaukee trucks at Home Depot. This is a good sign. Something good's going to happen today. Let's go get some lights. So the first light I want to pick up is a small task light that we can like mount up underneath the vehicles. So the little Rover by Milwaukee here. I've heard the magnet's not that great, but I mean, we got big tires that we could set these lights on or set it on the ground pointed up at what we're working on. Now, the one thing about the Rover light is it unfortunately uses their proprietary red lithium battery, which obviously it's not ones that we use in all of our tools. I like to keep a consistent battery across all the lines of tools that I have, even though it is Milwaukee, but it's only USB rechargeable. So we need to get another light that'll run off of our M18 batteries. That way we always have a charged battery somewhere around the shop. I think we're gonna end up with the M18 Rover, and they make this in an M12, which is the 12 volt option, which is this one, I believe. But I don't think it has this head where you can actually point the light wherever you want, which to me is a really nice feature. So this is the one we're gonna end up going with. Now, you know, we turn down a lot of sponsorships on the channel. A lot of people want to give us free parts, and it's usually stuff that we don't really want. Now, Milwaukee, if you guys ever happen upon one of my videos, we wouldn't turn down that sponsorship. Like I said, we already own almost everything you already have, so pretty much batteries and anything new, that's all we'd want. Stop number 2 for the day is we've got to get some diesel for the old girl here, and what I love about this gas station is every single pump has a gas and diesel pump on it. Let's see what California's great diesel prices are today. $4.10. I know in some parts of the state it is $4.99 or $5. So I don't know if the fuel economy on the Ford has increased that much by using the tuner. It honestly should be the opposite way because I'm getting on it more now. But I seem to be filling up less, and normally I used to fill up both tanks to capacity, but that rear tank, the cap leaks a little bit. So if you ever saw back in the day when my truck was white, there's always like black streaks going down where the fuel had been leaking out. Is because if the tank is somewhat full, the fuel would slosh out. So I need to get a new cap for that tank. And until I get a new cap, I don't want to fill the tank up and have diesel spewing out all over my brand new paint. So I've just been filling that one up like a quarter tank or a little over a quarter, and that's kind of like my reserve tank when my front one runs out. And now we've got a bunch of workforce stuff to do. I will see you guys tonight. Well, our good buddy Zach should be here any minute to help me start getting these mirrors wired up. But in the meantime, we can say hi to Gunner. Hello, Gunner. Good to see you, buddy. And this will be a good time to test out the new Milwaukee lights that we just bought. I've got this booger charging right here in my center console. It looks like it's green, which means fully charged. So let's turn some lights off in the warehouse. Gunner, are you scared of the dark? Press the button. So there's high mode on the Milwaukee Rover light, whatever they call this little booger. That's 550 lumens. We'll kick it down. There's a couple different modes there. I don't know exact lumens of each mode. There's low. High's pretty dang bright for how small and compact this thing is. Folds up. I mean, it fits right in your cup holder. But this is going to make it really nice for just working on some of the stuff that we do around here. You guys can see working in your vehicle, this little light would be absolutely perfect. And it is magnetic. I was reading reviews saying the magnets suck. They're not the greatest, but they're not super weak. Like that would work for most people's applications. And then in the back here, we've got the bigger Rover light, and I've got a half charged little just XC battery here. All right, this is 1500 lumens. Turn this bad boy on. I mean, honestly, it doesn't feel like that much more light output than the actual little Rover light. I don't know if I'm super impressed with this one. I don't know what's going on here. You can see the weird color change of the LEDs. See how it's more yellow, and then it kind of washes out to white? What I do like about this light though, is the fact that you can set it in a bunch of different ways and really direct the light where you want it. I was just expecting to be a lot more wowed by the bigger light. So while I'm waiting for Zach to show up, I've pulled out all the bits and pieces that I plan on using for this conversion. And being that I didn't have a factory mirror switch, as seen here, I have bought a new bezel with the hole for it and then bought a new mirror switch. So essentially this one is going to replace the one that you already see on the truck. Then me being like, I'm gonna think ahead and let's make this easy. I bought a wire harness that just has pigtails coming off of it, thinking like, all right, we're just gonna plug this in. That eliminates one connection we don't have to worry about. And then from there, we'll kind of splice things in to make the actual motors on the mirrors be controlled. Well, I probably should have done this about a week ago and pulled everything out and checked it, because yeah, those are two different types of harnesses there. So what I think happened is this switch is either off of a newer Super Duty, whereas this is like the older style F-150 switches. I don't really know, but make and model wise, this should be the right one. And I mean, I guess it should be on this too. I don't really know, but I have since found the right harness for this online. Now that's not going to stop us today, because one of the other big features on these mirrors is wiring up all the lighting. So obviously there are turn signal lights in the mirrors, there are running lights, and these are actually switchbacks as well, which I believe are white and amber, so they'll go turn signal or just white as running lights. And then you've got the really bright, what I like to use as backup lights on the factory GM trucks. These are like a cargo light option, so they come on when you hit the factory cargo light. On my 2015, these mirrors didn't exist at the time, so when they came out in 2015 and a half, I added them to my truck, but I didn't really know what to do with these, so I actually tied them into my reverse lights, and it was amazing. Like that's, I don't know who's gonna go turn them on as cargo lights, but having those as reverse lights to where it lights up every curb that you're trying to back up against, it's really nice, especially if you have wheels that you can curb. All I know is Zach's probably gonna be pissed when he shows up, because we're gonna end up doing it twice if we have to pull everything apart for the mirror motors, but maybe we can like pre-wire some stuff today and just make it easy and just go to one door. I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. We did get some wiring here. I don't know exactly what you call this wire. We got a few different types. We got some right here, which is super flexible, sky-high stuff. Thanks to Adam over at Ronnie's Electronics. Now this is claiming it is 18 gauge. Now if you look at it, it looks pretty small there. This wire we got from Sergio over at IEP, which is also claiming 18 gauge, and it's gonna be hard to tell, but I'll put them next to each other. You can see one is significantly thicker than the other. But what's nice about this wire is if you're using a low draw project where you don't need real thick wire, having all 5 wires or 4, depending on what style you go with, in one really makes it easy, and just running one wire to each mirror, and then we'll have 4 or 5 pigtail wires off that we can connect to, instead of trying to chase 5 separate wires all the way around the truck. For those of you who have never watched my channel or have no clue how the Duramax or GM mirror conversion works on these older OBS trucks, and really you can do this on any truck, but it's easy on the OBS trucks because there are a few companies out there that make a mirror plate attachment. So obviously these trucks have the big wing window right here, which doesn't really allow you space to mount a big plastic bracket of mirror. Now I believe these are made by OBS Solutions, don't quote me on that. I get it from CP Addict. They have a couple different versions. This is the 2-plate version, and just the double thickness of the plate, trust me, spend the money and upgrade. So this has double plates right here, which are welded in, and then obviously you need to do the body work to make it look seamless. So thank you to California Auto Works for welding these in. And I mean, you cannot tell that that did not come like that from the factory. The body work is just flawless. There is also a door stiffener that goes in the door, because obviously you're adding a bunch of weight that didn't used to be on these doors, and they weren't engineered for it. So there's a door stiffener that goes in there and basically takes a lot of the flex out. That way your mirrors aren't just vibrating as you're going down the road. So I don't know exactly, I think the standard kit's like 80 bucks and the double plate kit's like $120, $140. I recommend spending a little bit extra and just going with the beefier kit. Then for mirrors, there is a specific mirror that you need to get. So these mirrors are from Boost Auto Parts. Again, a huge thank you to Boost Auto Parts for sending me these mirrors. You can get them in a bunch of different variations. They have low power, high power LEDs on the back. There's a couple different styles of the actual light you can get here, with either switchbacks or a dotted LED or the OLED boards. You can get standard chrome caps, black caps, or the paintable caps, which is what I got, and then obviously painted to match the truck. Now, if you are going to go with this exact setup, you need the 88 to 98 Chevy mirror style, which Essentially, when you're ordering these mirrors, what changes is the actual piece where it mounts to the truck. So the 88 to 98 has the right size for the OBS Solutions bracket that mounts onto the door. So keep that in mind, because that is important that you get the right mirrors. Now, when I'm saying that anybody could do this, really, if you order up the mirrors, you could probably take them to a body shop if you've got a OBS Chevy or any style of truck that you have, and tell them this is basically the triangle that they're trying to match. They can cut and weld in their own plates of steel here. What's nice about the way we did it is it's already pre-cut, pre-made. They've already done it a few times, so any mistakes that they came along the ways have already been worked out. And for everybody that is wondering and doesn't want to lose their wing window, the wing window still works. You can get just a hair beyond 90 degrees there. And to everybody asking why I didn't go with the Ford mirrors, if you've ever seen an OBS Ford with the newer style Ford tow mirrors on it, it just looks goofy. I don't know if it's the shape, the size, whatever it may be. I have never liked that look. So I know a lot of people get butthurt about seeing GM mirrors on a Ford, but keep in mind, I mean, even the newer Ford mirrors weren't designed to be on an old Ford, so I don't think we need to get all crazy brand loyal on it. I mean, I've seen Dodge tow mirrors on OBS trucks and all kinds of crazy stuff, so I think with the older trucks, you're a little more free to do what you want. Uh-oh, Zach's here. Let's see if he gets mad. Hey, Gunner, go butter him up so he doesn't get mad at us right now. Go butter him up. There you go. Yep. Keep him happy, Gunner. Keep him happy. All right, just keep petting Gunner. I want to give you some bad news real quick.
Great.
It's only detrimental to half the project.
Oh, it's not really bad news to you, but it's really bad news to me.
It just means 2 trips, but we could pre-wire. Wait, I got good news though. I got good news. I got good news.
But wait.
Look, we don't have to work in the dark anymore.
But wait,
Look, we got lights. Bro, come on now. No more working in the dark.
I feel like that one's brighter than this one.
Right?
Down the beat.
Yeah, the billet handle don't flex the plastic.
There it is.
All right. One of the really cool tools to have when you're doing this is, what is this called, Zachariah?
It's called a probe.
A probe.
This is a little excessive.
Yeah, that's a fancy probe you got there.
Yeah, it's
Do the aliens use that type?
it's probably way out of their budget. You know, they got to pay for space fuel.
I'm not allowed to make Snap-on references to you about how much money you spend anymore, according to a couple people in the comments. You're not wearing anything Snap-on today, hence why I also didn't make any Snap-on references to how much that cost you, but apparently people in the comments are getting upset.
I'm getting smarter about this, and until they start paying me, probably should stop wrecking our stuff.
We've got all the wires coming out from the boost lights here, so I'm assuming these are for the actual mirror controls.
Yeah, we're going to find out what these other 3 do.
Yeah, and then these should be all for the lighting, and it comes with these little plug harnesses with the pigtails. These ones are correct. Now the problem is we really only have one. They all went missing. I'm assuming once these mirrors got installed over at California Auto Works, these just went missing in the box somewhere. But the cool thing about the little probey probe that Zach has down there is you get to just like touch wires and see what happens.
This one's fused at multiple different.
All right, I see nothing. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice.
That's
We got
the blinker.
Turn signal. Let's try the white wire. Let's see what the white wire does. Oh, there we go.
That's your light.
So that one's going to be reverse light. The other one is turn signal plus the switchback on the other side. So I don't know how we get that to be white. That's got to be all the mirror motors.
This has got to be mirror motor.
There's another pigtail up in there.
You see this wire right there that's half painted black?
Yeah.
That one is...
There's the front switchback. So that would be your running lights.
This would be the running light, and then when you hit the blue...
Now we got orange.
Is it orange?
It's orange.
White.
White.
There it is.
Hey!
Switchback.
We figured it out. I mean, you. So we're pulling out the DD audio speaker to give Zach a little more access.
Beautiful thing about speakers, they usually hold.
Yeah, those aren't very magnetic. So harness number 2.
I don't know why the fuse is at the mirror.
It's a weird spot for the fuse, but don't get mad at me, Zach. I didn't design the kit. So we're just gonna put our own extension onto that orange wire instead of using the supplied little plug-in with the fuse in it. Zach's feeding the wire from the cab up into the little grommet into the door. And just like that, boom, we have wires. Nice and easy, dude. So today, obviously, we're running 2 wires, but we're only gonna end up using the one for the lighting until we get the proper switch. I mean, I guess we could hook it up. Getting everything nice and heat shrunk. Milwaukee light, doing great holding onto the door there. Once we finally figured out we should point it at what we're working on now.
Yeah, instead of my face.
I'm still doing a great job holding the soldering iron now that I don't adjust the dial on Zach when he's not looking.
Well, I mean, we figured he got a light that has a magnet, so he can't hold the flashlight anymore.
So I guess I'll hold the soldering iron. So Gunner's been laying out on the cold, hard shop floor, so I told him to go inside and lay on the carpet. And he was kind of like looking at me, and I was like, Gunner, go to bed. Well, at the house, go to bed means go upstairs. And I'm pretty sure Gunner just put himself to bed upstairs over at the warehouse. I hear a tail wagging. Oh, there he is. What's up, buddy? I'm telling you guys, Gunner is seriously the best, most obedient dog ever, and the smartest. There you go, buddy. Yeah, you can go to bed on the couch, man. Make yourself comfortable, Gunner. We got you a pillow. There you go, buddy. All right, Gunner, I'll be back, okay? You can stay, buddy. Why does that thing smell like carpet?
I may or may not have burnt the carpet. Don't tell Ryan.
Don't tell Ryan? Did we actually find a use for that clip on there? Look at that. We can do this, buddy.
Oh my god, this is embarrassing. There it is.
3 hours later.
So, we're feeding the wires across here. So, while we're distracting ourselves before we crack this door open over here, I'll show Zach. We did get the flush mount little pod here for the Hydra tuner. Sits in this booger, and then the wiring comes out the bottom right there, so you can flush mount it into a dash. We were hoping size-wise it would fit right where that little notch is in the dash, but unfortunately it's just a little bit too big, and I think it would look funky. So we were thinking about putting it down here in the custom center console that they built. We could replace, I don't really need the voltmeter. So I was just telling Zach that everybody was saying when we first got this center console built that they thought I wanted a giant pocket. And when they saw this pocket, they're like, there's no way there's enough room in there. But yeah, you guys can see it. We keep quite a bit of snacks.
You don't realize
and all
in the
kinds of
videos that thing's like 1.5 feet deep.
Plus it goes like way underneath the cups, or the cup holders. So there's plenty of storage down there. I don't know, let's just grab random stuff and see what we pull out here. We got batteries, that's important. Milwaukee light.
Chargers, lifesavers, the flasher that doesn't work that you're supposed to get another one of.
Yeah, this is where I keep all the important things. We got a battery charger.
Lots of gum wrappers.
Oh yeah, a
More
cup.
batteries, a cup. Is that a box of screws in there?
Is there a box of screws? And well, our rover light here just died. I think we got a solid 2.5 hours, I want to say, on high out of this little booger, which is pretty good. Being that we want this light to come on as the reverse light, we need to tap something on the truck, and these aren't like the new modern day trucks where you can just like tap off of the shifter somewhere. So we're going to use the tap that they already used on the backup camera. You could just tap the reverse lights. We don't really have the wire diagram or the fuse diagram for the fuse block up there. So I've been chasing this wire back from the backup camera up underneath the truck, and it's been pretty interesting the way it's run. I don't know if you can really see that. There, just through the wheel well. And check this out. You guys are really gonna appreciate this one. You can see the wire is just run, yeah, I mean, it was zip tied in a few places underneath the cab, but check this out. I guess at some point they ran out of zip ties and just said, screw it, we'll use electrical tape as a zip tie to zip tie, or to, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there. But the good news is the wires run all the way up to the cab, and hopefully we can tap one of these. So now we've resorted to the back of the joying head unit here to see if we can figure out where the rear view camera activation is. I don't know what it means, but it says back. Back.
There it is.
That's the one?
That's the one.
We got utter destruction going on over here.
Motor it. It's midnight.
Yeah, who needs the last one clip that's probably not broken on this truck? Just yank it off.
I don't want it.
You got this, buddy?
I really don't want to break it.
Is it one clip?
Yeah.
It's a stubborn clip?
It just does not want to fucking
Where's that little...
go.
There it is. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't anticipate we were taking the truck this far apart tonight to do
you're
this.
Like, I want to wire it tonight. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just a quick wire job, no big
It's
deal.
only like 18 wires. Yeah.
And we're only wiring half of it.
Yeah, we're not even hooking it all up yet.
So the bad news is we're really fighting getting the wire between or behind this giant chunk of metal there, which blocks where it goes into the door. The e-brake sandwiches up against it, so we don't want to pinch any of the wires. The good news is though, Gunner came to join us and help us, right buddy? There you go. All right, you got any ideas on how we should do this? Okay, good. We got most of our wiring debacle solved. We were able to run it over here. We are into the door now. We're starting to splice everything together. The bad news is it's already, let's see. I don't know if it's gonna show what time it is. Hold on. Right there, right there. 12:07.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh, way past my bedtime.
So it's looking like this is gonna be a 2-day video here. We're probably only gonna get the reverse lights wired up tonight because it's like the easiest one that we've already kind of tapped. It's also freezing back here. Zach, we need a heater in the shop, buddy.
We need a bigger shop.
We do need a bigger shop. And just so we all sleep a little better, we are gonna put the inline fuse in it. The keys have been floating around. They're right there.
God.
There, I got the keys.
You had one job.
I found them. Let's see, reverse. Oh, we got reverse lights. And the camera still works. Great work, buddy.
You know where the screws go, right?
Nope. All right, well, I think that's a wrap on day one. But we get to use the mirror lights for the first time right now. Backing out of the shop. Make sure we don't tag a mirror.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.